So there's 3 common mistakes that beginners make when painting trees. The first one is with the evergreen tree. We have this idea, and we're taught how to draw trees in grade school. We're taught the Christmas tree. So that's our first the go-to method for painting an evergreen tree. There's a few problems with this. One is that the branches are all pointing downwards. Very few evergreen trees grow this way. Secondly, it's almost symmetrical, and trees are never symmetrical. Thirdly, the trunk seems to stop as soon as it gets to where the branches are. Fourthly, there is of course no detail. There's no branches coming to the front or sideways, etc. So we want to get away from that. We want to think about how a tree grows. Branches start at the beginning of the tree. At the top of the tree, the branches point upwards. As they get closer to the center, they start to come down a bit. They're almost parallel to the ground in the center of the tree, and then they start to slant downwards. That's your pine tree, your fir tree, and your spruce trees. They all look like that. So we have something that looks like that when we put our branches on, and some of the tree branches don't come out very far for some trees. So you may have a tree that looks like this. You may also have a tree. So you may have a tree that looks like this. This tree is a little wider than the previous one, a little wider than this one with a little more detail. Definitely different from the Christmas tree. I will be showing you how to paint this tree in another video. Keep watching for it. How to paint an evergreen tree. Second is the lollipop. Thought I lost it for a minute. So we have this one trunk and a bunch of branches, a bunch of leaves on the top. And we know trees don't grow like that. So what do they grow like? They branch out like this, and instead of one shape, they have many shapes. So we want to go from this to this. The trunk starts quite thick and gets thinner as it goes up. The third one also has to do with the trunk, the third mistake, and that is this one. Very often, students will make a big thick trunk and then a whole bunch of branches. And as I mentioned before, trees do not grow like this. They start with the trunk and they branch out, and that branches out into more branches, and those branch out. The trunk continues up the tree and gets thinner as it goes up, and branches many times as it grows. So this tree, rather than these 2 trees. So we have this tree instead of this tree. So I hope that helps you with your trees. Just knowing those 3 mistakes should do a lot to giving you more realistic trees. And don't forget, all you need is practice. You get better the more you practice, the better you get. That's all it takes. Happy painting.